We need to have a talk about your portfolio. I've got a couple emails over the weekend, just one this morning, about the email I hate the most. Should I get out of the market? I hate that email. There's no win for me at all. And I avoid it like the plague. I don't avoid sending an email back, but it's an answer that's quite simple. My answer is quite simple. I'll share with you in just a second. The thing that bothers me more than anything is this guy's a planning client of mine. I'm like, dude, we've already baked in pretty significant losses that are coming out. Anyway, I'm just like, it's already been. I use in my Monte Carlo. I have standard deviations higher than what we had in 2008, and average rates of return lower than historic averages by far. So it's already been baked into the standard my Monte Carlo scenario. So anyway, so I emailed him and said, what would we trying to solve to get out? And he underlined me saying to avoid future losses. Look, I know what that is. I'm not fool. I know what. I just need someone to say it explicitly to avoid future losses. So let's go back to this guy because I've been getting emails like this a lot. Yeah, a lot, but more than I hoped to get, especially when people are clients of mine. I said, dude, but I get it. It's tough. I was reading an article just the other day or yesterday. It's tough, dude. I completely get it. Completely get. So here he was at $100,000, and this is exactly what he had, but he's down 14%. Now he's at $86,000. All right. So he's at $86,000. So there's only three things that could happen now. All right, he's down 14%, which again, my Monte Carlo, that's a drop in the bucket compared to historical. What I'm projecting for a potential downside, but still, it sucks, dude. 14%. So the market can do one of three things. We just got to simplify this. It's going to go up, go down, go sideways. We don't know. It's going to do one of these three things. Well, my man's got to figure out, what does he expect it to do? All right. And if he expects it to continue to go down, right, and he's already emotionally shot because of all the negativity that's out there, then he would want to get out. Because he's like, look, the market could go down more. I want to get out to avoid that emotional pain. Because it is emotional. There's no other way around that. I get it, 100%. If he expects the market to go up, then obviously you would stay in. If he expects it to go sideways, you'd probably stay in too. But I'll leave that to you. Now, we don't know any of this thing right here. We don't know. So we say, because we can make excuses or we could justify any which way to Sunday what is going to happen. No one has any idea. Now, if you can't sleep at night, well, you get out. It'll make any sense. But that's why I always say, if you think the market is going to go down more, you should get out. I don't have any reservation about that whatsoever. I'm not saying I have no idea. I'm not saying the market is going to go down more, but you're already down 14%. You're obviously and it's not just this guy. I've had this email, I don't know, freaking 3 or 4 times over the weekend. I get it all the time. The market goes down more. I can't deal with that because I'm already, traumatized. And that's the wrong word. Look, I get it too. I look at the context of my mortgage payment. How many mortgage payments have I lost because I'm down 17.8%. That's the way I look at it. And I'm like, dude, and it sucks. And then you're sitting there thinking, there's no bell that rings on the down, or that we don't know. We don't know. Right. So now let's just say, so he's at $86,000. He's, the market doesn't care what you paid for. It is what it is. So he's at $86,000 today. All right. So we have one of three options. It could go down more, it could go sideways, it could go up. All right. So here's my thing to you. I'm sitting there, and this is what I say to everybody. Let's just say it goes down to another 14%. That'd be a $74,000. All right, so now we're down 26% total on a moderately conservative portfolio. Are you going to get back in then? I highly suspect the answer is not. So I asked anybody, well, are you ever going to get back in? And they usually think, because they don't think it this far through. They don't. They just think, I just got to avoid the losses. Okay, when do you unavoid the losses? If that makes sense, because the losses are always there potentially. So when do we unavoid the losses? We say we're willing to take the losses again when the market's down another 14%. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I tell you, if we're now down 26%, we've lost 26% from our 100,000 we had. You think you're going to be that much more inclined to get back in then, when all this stuff is the sky's falling everywhere? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think he'll stay out, as many people do. And again, and this is the issue, if you don't need the money because you have enough Social Security and annuity income or pension, why? Either look at it, don't even pay attention to it, or just go all cash. I don't care. But if you don't need the money, what are we trying to accomplish? Well, for a legacy, well, buy life insurance, man. Second to die life insurance, if that's what you want. You can lock that puppy in without having a market worry about it at all. It all comes down to, do you think in 3 to 5 years the market will be higher than it is today? It's just that simple. If the answer is in 3 to 5 years the market will be higher than where I am today, then stay in. I mean, I don't know have any other. I mean, there's nothing else. That's why I have the 4 years of cash or safe stuff. That way, you don't do this. You don't go down these roads of I gotta get out, because of 3 to 5 years historically you've been able to get back to even. Not all the time. In 2000, the odds it took until 2012, if memory served, to get back to even. But that was with 50% declines from 2000 to 2003, and then from 2007 to 2009. That's never happened in one decade, ever. That's the first time that ever happened. It could happen again. I doubt it, but it could. So you just got to look at it like this. Do I think the market will be higher? And the market is all inclusive, stocks, bonds, and everything. 3 to 5 years, and I think so today. If the answer is I think it will be, then why would you get out? Because if it goes down another 14% after you got out, you're not going to be like, okay, now's the time to get back in. No one thinks like that, man. Oh, so then you wait from it goes down to 74,000, wait till it gets back up to 86,000, then you get back in? I don't know. I get it. I mean, do you really think, or is that going to be looked at as a dead cat bounce? Why do this to yourself? That's what I'm saying. I just say, look, at the end of the day, I still believe in the capital markets. That's stocks and bonds. There's still a number of corporations out there that we frequent every single day that employ people that turn a profit, that pay dividends, and make money for their shareholders. Will those things all go away? I mean, it could. The economies could come anytime. I highly suspect they won't. So I still have faith in the capital markets. These guys, I just already said this about the guy on my live stream last night. He was like, oh my goodness, what do you think about the Treasury liquidity crisis? I'm like, oh. It's always something, dudes. It's always something. If you think the markets are going to go down and that makes you uncomfortable, then get out. No one's going to yell at you. I don't care. For me, I just look like this. Where do you think the markets will be in 3 to 5 years? Higher, lower, sideways? And if the answer is I don't know, that's not okay. Then I would suggest you probably think about it, because that's going to make your determination what you do. But if the markets go down another 14% and you're like, oh, I can't sleep at night, then why do this? Why torment yourself? It doesn't make sense. All right, love to hear your thoughts, man. I don't have any answers. I'm chagrined by these emails, and I say that in a loving way, because I've been doing this for so long. I know it always happens. Will it be? It's oh man, it's when you've been doing this for as long as I have, you see all the times people say I got to get out because, and you're like, how much have you missed? Now let's just wait a second. All right, so let's look at the total stock index. We're going to start putting $10,000 in on January 1st of 2000. We're going to wake up at December 31st of 2009, and what did we do? Our $10,000 is worth $9,732. All right, so here's all the times we should have got out. Here's September 11th right there, 2002. We're down to $5,800 by September 30th, 2002. By March 30th, we're down to $6,000. Even right there's a little bit lower. It doesn't show, but we're down basically 40% from 1 January to March 31st, 2003. We're down 40%. All of these are instances. Oh my goodness. Then it started going back up, but here, all these are instances where people say, I gotta get out. And then here we are, and then here we are right there. Look at that drop. Boom. So we had 12,651 after we were down to $6,000. So we doubled our money from 2003 to 2007. That's a pretty significant run, man. All right, so let's just say we are right here right now, and this is where we were. All right, and this is where we were last year before the 14% decline. And now here we are right now. And now you're sitting there, I want to avoid this. I want to avoid that. And that's what this guy's contending. Most of you guys are contending with. I want to avoid that in case that happens again. I see all the things. Reminds me of 2008. People say, okay, I get it. I get all the reasons people say this. I'm not saying it won't be 2000. I have no clue, but that's what they want to avoid. That right there. That's okay. So we get out, and we're going to just go back, and we're going to say to 2000, and we're going to go to 22. All right. So we're going to come up the rest of the time. So you want to avoid this right here. Now, can I log this? Yeah, oh sweet, I can. Yay. All right, so you're trying to avoid this right here. All right, so it basically took until from right there, October 2007, we had 12,000, and it took to right there, May of 2011. So it took 4 years to get back to even. That's without pulling any money out. Right here, it took 5 years to get, but we had 10,000 bucks. It took right there 6 years to get back to even, from 2000 to 2006. Here it took 4 years to get back to even, from 2007 to 2011. All right, now here people were saying, I want to get, I remember that. Here's 2015, that 15 right there. 2013, a little bit of a decline, and not showing up much there. But I remember 2015, 2018, 2020, here we are again. The point is, these things happen all the time. Now, that does not mean the market will continue to gallop forward. I have no clue. But as you see here, I mean, when did you get back in? Who actually got back in March of 2009? Nobody did that. Can we just be serious? No one did. No one sold here and got back in. It never happened. It didn't happen. They got back in probably here. They're like FOMO, fear of missing out. And some people didn't even get back in until here. I just think once you make this decision of getting out, you're saying, now I got to figure out a time to get back in. How are you going to do that? Hey, love your thoughts. We'll see you.